Over the last few months, we've been working at completely renovating this little brick house. We've mainly been focusing on the interior renovation and have only done a few things to the exterior so far, like demo, new HVAC unit, and a new roof. But now in today's video, we are going to get started on transforming the exterior of this house with new paint, front porch posts, and more, and we will be continuing to work on this exterior over the next few weeks to get this house completely finished and ready to sell. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode in this home renovation series here at the Little Brick House. So in today's video, a lot of progress is going to happen on the exterior of the house. The entire exterior of the house is going to get primed and painted. We'll be giving the front door a makeover, installing the front porch posts. But before we get into today's video, I wanted to share with you the sponsor of today's video, which is EcoFlow. EcoFlow makes lightweight portable power stations that can be used for emergency home backup, outdoor adventures, or on-the-job needs. We have had their EcoFlow Delta Mini Power Station for over a year now. This is such an amazing product that can power up to 12 devices and has an array of wall-style outlets, USB outlets, and DC outlets. This power station is fully charged in 1.6 hours, and we do also have a solar panel that we can charge it with. So if you are in the market for any of these products, EcoFlow is currently running a huge promo for Prime Day. Some of their products are up to $900 off, so check the links in the description box below this video to find out more about EcoFlow's amazing line of products and details on their Prime Day promo. Okay, so now let's get into today's video. We are going to start off by taking off the front door and giving that a makeover. Okay, so I am going to attempt to restore this old door. This was the original door on the house, and there was a lot of different holes around the handles where they had had different handles in the past and tried to cover up the holes. So there was a lot of patching to do in that area, and then also cracks down along the side of this door that I was going to try and patch and sand as well. So first off, we just unpackaged the new handle here. This is from Kwikset. It's a beautiful matte black handle, and the top of it is very large, so it will cover up a lot of that area of the door that's really rough looking, but there still is going to be a lot of areas that I'll have to fill in. So we just held that there, measured things out to see what parts of the door we were going to have to fill in and if we needed to make any of the holes bigger for the new handle. I gave the entire door a quick sanding, and originally I was going to try and remove all of the paint off of this door and stain it. Our vision for the front of the house was to have a stained front door, stained posts, stained wood shutters, and then have this beautiful creamy white house with some black accents. But removing the paint off of this door did not work. It was so old and there were so many layers of paint. It was just not coming off, and to try to get all of it off, especially on each of these designs, would would have been a nightmare to be able to try and get enough off to be able to stain the door. And then someone in the comments of one of the Flip House videos told me to try gel stain because you can actually put it right over top of paint, which I didn't know. I had never heard of gel stain before. We've used several different types of stain, but I've never used gel stain before. So I thought, well, it's worth a try. If we were going to paint this door, I might as well try to put this gel stain on it first. If we don't like it, we can just paint over it. It's not that big of a deal. It did take a lot of time to put on this gel stain, but I really wanted to give it a try first before going and painting the door. The door doesn't look so great in the beginning. It's very streaky, but I did put on 2 coats. So what I was doing is I just took the paintbrush and applied the gel stain to the door, and then I took a dry foam roller. After the gel stain had set up for a little while, I let it get just a little bit tacky, maybe about half dry, and then I ran the foam roller over it just to kind of get off the excess stain, get rid of the brush strokes. There still was a few strokes left in the end, but I did 2 coats on this door, and we looked at it. We thought, we're not sure if this is going to look right. It is a little bit streaky and spotty and isn't perfect, but it still kind of gave it a unique look. So we thought, let's just hang it up. We'll paint the house, we'll get everything finished, and in the end, if we still do not like this door, then it's no big deal. We can just take it down and quickly spray it. So we took the door back, hung it up, put on the matte black hinges, installed the handle, and we still weren't quite sure at this point. The door is pulling a little bit reddish there in this clip. That's just because of the lighting. But wait until you see it at the end of this video with the creamy white house and with the wood stained posts at the front porch. It actually turned out really awesome, and I think we're going to leave the door. I didn't put on a finishing coat to this door yet. I will put on a clear sealer, but I just didn't bother putting it on because we didn't know if we were going to leave the door stained. But I think we are going to, so I am going to put a clear sealer on this door, but just stay tuned until the end of the video because it actually looks amazing with the creamy white house. It just is a very unique look for the front door. So yeah, you can let me know what you think down in the comments once you see it with the painted house and the wood posts. The last week, Jalen had been working on prepping the exterior of this house for paint. There's a lot of little things that you have to do in order to prep a house for paint, especially when it's a brick house. So on this morning, we were just finishing up that last bit of prep before he started painting. So now that the house is ready, he is going to spray on this stain blocking bonding primer and sealer. This was highly recommended to us to use as a primer and sealer for this type of brick. So he is just spraying that on the entire house, on all of the brick before he gets started with the actual paint color. This house is already transforming so much, and this is just the primer. The actual paint color that we chose is more of a creamy white, and that just helped to warm up the house a little bit instead of it being this stark white. These rounded steps are new. We had a handyman pour these the other week. Before, there was just a drop off from the back door down to the yard, so now there's some nice rounded steps here to step down into the yard. The back of this house looked so terrible. The paint color is helping though, and then we'll be doing a new back door, new windows, maybe some wood shutters on the back, landscaping, some outdoor furniture back here, maybe like a little patio area. So just stay tuned, and we do still have the tub sitting back here because this thing is extremely heavy, and when the contractors helped Jalen to move it out of the house, they just set it right here, and we can't move it any further until we have some help to be able to load this up and get it out of here. But yeah, the house is getting new windows. That's why he's not worrying about the paint getting on the window. These windows are so old. They're just like the original aluminum windows. Most of them are broken, so we do have new windows coming. They're scheduled to arrive the end of July, so those will hopefully be installed by the first week of August. They'll be one of the last things going in on the house, and usually you do want to install the windows before you paint the house, but it just wasn't possible because the windows got delayed. Originally we were supposed to get them in May, but then they got delayed until June, and now they are delayed until July, but we keep checking every week, and it's looking like it will for sure be the last week of July. So we just couldn't wait that long to paint and start the renovation on the exterior of the house. So we just had to do everything. And then if after the windows get installed, we have to do a little bit of touch-up paint around the windows, it won't be that big of a deal. And those new windows will have a black frame, so they'll pop up against the white house. Okay, so the entire house is primed and sealed. While he is waiting for the rest of that to dry, we're going to have a quick lunch break. It's so nice to have a microwave in the flip house now. We can just bring leftovers with us, heat them up in the microwave for a quick lunch when we're down here working. So after lunch now he is going to start painting the house, and the house color that we chose is Luxury Linen. Now when it first goes on here, it is going to look a little bit yellow up against the white paint, but it does not look yellow once the entire house is painted. It turned out really beautiful and was just a nice creamy white. Now something that you're not seeing on camera is that as soon as he started to spray this color onto the house, our paint sprayer just quit. It died, one of the gears broke on it. He tried to fix it, couldn't get it to work, and we just couldn't believe it. We finally had a beautiful sunny day. It's been monsoon season, so we've been getting rain every single day, and we finally had 2 or 3 days of sunshine to get this house painted. So he did have to quickly run to Lowe's, pick up a new paint sprayer, came back, and then he got back to painting. So just a little bit of behind the scenes that you're not seeing here. To do a little up, and I thought I would just quickly unbox the sink and the faucet, just give you a little sneak peek. This came in the mail the other day, and I haven't opened up anything yet. This is actually the exact same sink and accessories that I have in my kitchen. This one is a 27-inch, and it should be the perfect size for the middle of this little island. So the first thing it comes with is this cutting board, and these workstation sinks have a little lip around the inside. So you can just set this right on top of there. So whoever buys this house will get all of these fun accessories with their sink. This is the multi-purpose oversing roll-up dish drying rack. Here's what that looks like, and this will just fit right on top of that workstation sink as well. Next, we've got the stainless steel strainer. Nothing too exciting, just the strainer that goes into the drain of the sink. So this next item is the Decorative Drain Cap. So this just goes right on top of your drain. I have one of these, but I think I've probably only used it once. Okay, so the last two things is the little box of mounting hardware, and then the rack that goes in the bottom of the sink. And then of course the last item in here is the sink. I'm not going to completely take this out and unwrap it. I'll just bring the camera over here and give you a little sneak peek. And here's the faucet. I showed this over on my Instagram. It's just a simple matte black faucet, but I think it'll look really beautiful in the center of the kitchen island. Okay, the entire house is painted, and we are going to work at putting some stained wood posts here on the front porch. So first I was just pulling off all of the plastic off of the door and the floor, and then Jalen is going to remove this old black metal railing here on the front porch, and then we will get started on the posts. We are going to use the EcoFlow for working on these posts. So first he measured and marked these posts to size, and now he is cutting them using the skill saw, and then I'll sand the entire post with our sander. The sander is from Black & Decker. We got it off of Amazon over 2 years ago. It's a great little sander that has worked out awesome for us over all of the many projects that we've done the last 2 years. So once both of these posts are cut to size and sanded, I will get started on the staining, and I am going to be using the exact same gel stain that I used on the door. That way everything matches. I'm applying 1 coat of this gel stain to these posts with a brush, and I totally forgot, I didn't realize it until now when I'm watching this footage back, I totally forgot to put a pre-stain wood conditioner on the posts before I put on this stain. It just totally slipped my mind, but usually we always like to use the Minwax pre-stain wood conditioner on any wood project before we stain it, but I guess I skipped that step this time, so I put just 1 coat of that gel stain on there. Once that was dry, we installed these on either side of the little front porch, and he just used a 2x4 and a jack to hold the porch roof up a little bit while he got the posts secured into place. And I waited until these posts were installed to put on the waterproof sealer because they weren't quite 100% dry yet, and I wanted them to be completely dry before I painted that on. So now you can see what that door looks like up against the painted brick. Let me know what you think down below, but we are leaning towards keeping it. But like I said, if we get the entire exterior finished and we just decide that the door doesn't quite look right, we can always just pop it off and quickly paint it. It's not a big deal, but I think it is going to look great to have this gel stain on the front door. We are going to have the stained shutters on either side of the 2 front windows, and then we also still have to paint the fascia and the garage door. We have to do all of the landscaping. We're going to replace the window that's on the right side of the front door. That's really old and cracked. So once both of the posts were installed, I'm going to be using this Valspar 1 coat exterior sealer. This is an all-weather defense, and this is the exact same stuff that I put on the posts on the front of our house. I had about a 1/4 can left over, so I just used it on these 2 posts here as well. This stuff works out great. It does go on yellow, but it will dry completely clear, so I just used a paintbrush to apply that. I did a nice thick coat on there, and then that is as far as we got. Stay tuned over the next couple of weeks. We will be continuing to work on the exterior of this house, completely transforming it and also finishing up the inside of the house with the rest of the flooring and the trim, countertop, decorating, all of that. So lots of fun videos coming up here in the next month. So if you don't want to miss out, be sure that you are subscribed. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think of the house so far down below in the comments. I put some before and after clips there just to remind you of how far this house has come over the last couple months, and it still has a long ways to go, but we are getting there. We can start to see the finish line now, so that is really exciting. A big thank you again to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video. I will have all of those links and details down below, and we'll see you all in a couple days with a new video. Bye!